way to highlight my under eyes. I keep my extra skincare and beauty products in these.
Okay guys, I'm done. That actually didn't take me quite as long as I thought it would.
And I usually do, but we're gonna rock them. We're gonna try. I forgot intensifying the eyeliner. I had a really hard time working. I still can't get it open. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. We are going to do the Dollar Tree makeup challenge. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know I love a good deal and I love basically any dollar store. So my goal today is to do a whole face of Dollar Tree makeup. It's gonna be on first impressions for everything I do. I have never tried any of these products before. I haven't opened them, I haven't swatched them, I haven't looked at them. So this could be pretty fun. We will see how it goes. There were two things that I could not find at the Dollar Tree. So I will let you know what those two things are as we get going. So before we get going, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos, and we're just gonna dive right in. Every time I go there, I get lost because I have to look at like every single aisle, but I found these super cute little barrettes. I know I had tons of these back when I was young, but I couldn't pass these up. They're perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip my hair back with these real quick. One thing that I didn't find was primer. So I'm just going to go in real quick with this Revlon primer. I used this in my last video. If you watched my drugstore video, I have been using this ever since. I did it as a first impressions in that video and really liked it. And I have been using it since then and have been loving it. So foundation, I found this Sassy and Chic moisturizing foundation in the shade medium. It's always hard and a little bit scary when you find foundations, you don't know how they're gonna match you, but we're gonna make it work. So let's see. I'm just gonna go in with this Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. You saw me use this in the last video as well, but we're just gonna go ahead and put a little bit on and then go from there. Might have gotten a little too much. We'll find out. So if you do follow me over on Instagram, you'll see that I posted these earrings. I got these from Express. They are available right now, and I have been loving them, wearing them anytime I can. They're a little crazy for me to wear to work, but anytime I have to go out, anytime I have a reason to go out right now in quarantine, I have been wearing those earrings. So if you like them, I'll post them down below. They're super cute. So this is a pretty liquidy foundation. I don't know if it's the best match for my skin, but we are going to try to make it work. Make sure when you are applying foundation and you're trying to make sure that you match it, especially if it's not the best match, that you're getting it up into your hairline, that you're maybe putting it onto your ears a little bit and down your neck, just so you don't have those stark areas that you can obviously show somebody that it's not a good match for you. Okay, I don't want to sugarcoat this too much. This foundation to me kind of smells like Band-Aids, so that's kind of concerning. It is giving me a pretty decent coverage. It's not the best match for my skin. I don't love it. I probably wouldn't use it as an everyday foundation. It is pretty dewy of a foundation, which is concerning to me as an oily skin girl, but we'll see how it sets down. I was able to find a powder. So the next product we're going to go in with is concealer. This was one of the products I was most excited about finding. When I went in and saw so much e.l.f., I was really excited because I've checked out this Dollar Tree before for makeup and I wasn't able to find great makeup there. But when I found e.l.f., I was excited. So they have this concealer. Now, to be honest, it's called the e.l.f. Perfect Blend Concealer in Light Beige. Now, if you watched my last video, you know that I really like e.l.f.'s 16-Hour Camo Concealer. And if I can get it open, we're probably going to have this throughout this video, so bear with me. I'm curious if this is just a tiny version of this, if this is somehow an internal brand knockoff version of it. We're going to see how it wears. I'll let you know my thoughts and how I think it compares to my other concealer that I do wear almost daily. So it is a much smaller little tube, but honestly, if I like it, it would be really helpful for like travel or to keep in your purse for touch-ups. So obviously it is a much smaller doe foot, as I would expect it to because it is smaller. But let's just go ahead and go in So right on application, I will tell you, it does seem like it is a more liquidy based formula than the camo concealer that I'm used to. So hopefully we can make it work. Hopefully it will blend, and hopefully it'll still give me that coverage that I love from the other e.l.f. concealer. So we'll see if we can blend that out. Yeah, so I'm not loving this. It definitely seems like a much more watery version. If you were looking to maybe replace your e.l.f. concealer with this one, I wouldn't recommend that. It's not really giving me any coverage. I'll go back in and see if I can build it at all. But I'm hoping it will give me those light, bright areas. And honestly, I don't see it doing much of anything, but we're gonna try. We're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna make it work. Just put a little bit right where I have that darkness under my under eyes. Just back with a little heavier layer. I do love finding Dollar Tree options for makeup. Makeup can get so expensive, especially if you're looking for just a shade for a certain look or a quick option, a mascara. I have been able to find good things there in the past. So hopefully we'll find some gems that I found there for this trip. So I don't know how much that did, honestly, but we're gonna keep going. So real quick, I almost forgot. I actually took footage in the Dollar Tree. So let me jump right back in time and let me show you those clips real quick. So enjoy. So I'm really excited. It looks like there's a full wall of makeup today. I'm seeing lots of different brands. I'm seeing LA Colors. I'm even seeing e.l.f. I haven't been able to find that at this one before. So I'm really excited to get in here and start digging through and see what I can find for this makeup challenge. Okay, so definitely the brand that they had the most of at my Dollar Tree was LA Colors. You can't get LA Colors at drugstores. It is a brand that I see often at dollar store type places. However, I have found some gems with LA Colors before. I've found some flops for sure, but we're gonna try this one out. This is the loose powder in light medium. So I don't have a separate under eye powder and all over face powder. The cap is in the plastic. So I'm just gonna go really light underneath the under eyes because I don't want to darken it too much. I think that's just my thing, guys. I can't open things. If you watched my other two videos, I'm just bad at it. And I hope this powder doesn't spray out at me. So I'm just gonna go in with a really light touch under my under eyes. I don't want to get too much there, but I do want to make sure I'm setting it down. And keep that area as light as I can. I told you guys I'm working on my closet, and so I had to move everything out of my closet. If you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing some of my spoilers, but all of my stuff is in this room, so I had to move it out of the way. So I'll show you a picture right now of what that actually looks like, and you will see my cat stealing my filming chair before we got started, so I had to kick her out. Sorry. But that project is moving right along, so I'm excited for when you guys will get to see that video. Okay, so this powder, it's not too bad. It is helping to set down that makeup. That makeup, as I told you, was really liquidy, was more dewy on my skin than I personally like. So this is helping set it down pretty nicely. I definitely don't have the light, bright under eyes and areas that I normally do. That concealer was kind of a flop for me. I'm definitely going to stick with the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. But this little powder, it's a nice little travel size too. So this is something I would probably actually use in the future. So good job, LA Colors. Okay, so the next product is another LA Colors. It is a brow pencil. So this looked fun because it has a little cap on the end, which, here we go again. It has a little cap on the end, and the cap has a little itty bitty spoolie. So let's just use that real quick. And then we will go in with our brows. They did have a few colors of this. This is medium, so I think it should match me pretty well. We're gonna go and outline where I want those brows to be, and then we'll go back in and fill them in. Yeah, so this is not showing up very well, guys. Just to be honest, definitely not my favorite, but we're gonna make it work. This is a very waxy product. Definitely hard to give me that shape that I wanted, but it is filling them in, so it's not perfect, but we're making it work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this brow and we'll be right back. Okay, so we got those both there. I'm just gonna go ahead and go back in with this little spoolie and spoolie them down just to make sure they set right where I want them. And then we'll keep going. I'll let you know how these products wear down in the description box as always, so don't forget to check that out. All the names and descriptions and colors of the products will be down there as well. So next thing we're gonna do is eyes. So this was another e.l.f. product I was really excited to find. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Eyeshadow Quad in Golden Goddess. So let's get this opened. I have seen this in other reviews, but I have never tried it myself, these little quads. But it does have a little mirror if you're out and about on the go and you absolutely need a mirror. But you'll see it has 4 different colors: a base, lid, a crease, and a line color. I don't know exactly if we're gonna go by what they tell you to do, but if you are looking for a little bit of instruction, it's written right there for you. So let's go ahead and try these out. It looks like all of them actually have a little bit of a shimmer. I'm not sure how much you can see that on camera, but they are all pretty shimmery. So we're gonna have to get creative here about how we do our transition matte colors. So we'll see. So I'm just gonna go in with a crease fluffy brush, and I think I'm gonna go in with this crease color right here. It is shimmery, but we're gonna see how that goes. Try to make sure I'm not blocking you guys. You can still see. Whew. She is pigmented, that is for sure. So I might have gone in a little too heavy, but we'll blend it. It is definitely shimmery, so we're gonna have to be careful on how we work with this, but we're going to make it work. It is a very pretty shimmery color. Okay, so I only had to dip that in once, and I still even have a little fallout. So it is definitely very pigmented for that color right there. So the next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of a different brush, and I'm going to put this darker brown at the bottom in the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna pack that on the outer corner of my eye, just kind of creating a V going out. I'm gonna bring it into this other color just a little bit, just to deepen it a little. I'm not gonna go too far stark out because I think with the liner I have, we're not gonna do a wing. So I don't wanna get it too far away from my eye. So now I'm going to go in with the all over the lid color. This is a really pretty gold, so I'm excited to see how this applies. So these are very pigmented. I'm just bringing this all over the lid, meeting that outward darker color, and then blending it into that crease color. So very pretty colors, definitely Golden Goddess, which is what these are called. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a, oh, I almost forgot. I got a new brush while I was there. They had some e.l.f. brushes. Sadly, no highlighter brushes. If you watch my last video, I still need a new highlighter brush. But they have this smoky liner brush. So I'm going to get this out and we're going to use this for my under eyes. Okay, so I'm going to take this smudger brush and go right back in. And I'm going to actually, I think, mix these bottom 2 colors a little bit. I don't want it to be too dark, but I also don't want it to be too golden. So we're gonna mix these together a little bit and see what we can get. You just want to marry that right out there with that V you created. It might look a little stark and weird right now, but once we get our liner, once we get our mascara on, it's going to just pull that look all together. So the last thing we're going to do, if you've been counting, we have one color left. We're going to use this top color right here as an eye and brow highlighter. And then in the inner corner of my eye. Just to bring that all out, bring that together. I'm gonna go do this other eye and I'll be right back. We're gonna go do liner and mascara. So I'm always excited when I find a duo. So I found this mascara, but it also has a liner in it. So this is the LA Colors Bold Lash Mascara Lash Plump Formula with a bonus eyeliner. The other product I wasn't able to find was lashes. I was so excited when I found the teeny tiniest, cutest little lash glues. I'll put a picture of it right here. I was so excited. And then I had to put them back because I couldn't find any lashes. So I tend to do winged eyeliner when I'm wearing falsies. You could do it without. I just decided not to. So we're just gonna do a small line and see how pigmented we can get this. So this definitely isn't terribly pigmented, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so I was able to get a line. I'm gonna go in with the other eye, and then we're gonna see if it can apply on our waterline. I'm getting the picture that this probably won't apply well on the waterline, but we'll give it a try. If you're not familiar with putting liner on your waterline is right in here between your lashes and your eyes. Now that might seem kind of strange to you. When you're doing any kind of a darker, smoky, dramatic type look, I do recommend trying to go in there with a darker color. The other thing is to do a kind of open-eyed look in which you would want to go in there with a white or a really light tan, and that kind of makes your eyes look more open. So we'll do both of those in future videos. Since we have a black liner today, we're just gonna go full smoky, and I'm gonna try to put it right in there in my waterline and see how it applies. Now some liners don't apply well in the waterline, so that's why I'm curious to know if this one is going to be able to. So it is going a little bit, but definitely not very pigmented. But you can see in this eye, it's a little bit darker around my under eye than in this eye. You can still see kind of the whites of there. So, okay, so not terrible. So now we get to do mascara, which is always the fun part. First of all, this is just the cutest little mascara. I think the lid is even bigger than the product is, but we'll go in and see what the applicator looks like. No! That's not gonna work. Nope, she broke. So I guess we're not gonna try this out, but I'm just gonna go pop on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went in real quickly and put on one of my favorite mascaras. It's the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. So next thing we're gonna try is bronzer. So I was trying to get as many different types of brands as I could. If I had wanted to, I could have probably come home with a full face of LA Colors makeup, but I wanted to make sure I was getting a little bit of diversity. So here's a Beauty Benefits Hollywood bronzer in the shade Cinnamon. Now this looks a little dark. I'm just hoping that since it is probably an inexpensive base formula that it's not terribly pigmented, but we're gonna go in with a pretty light touch to find out. So here it is. And I'm just gonna go in with a small fluffy brush and do it as an all over bronzer. So I don't know about you, but whenever I'm at the dollar store, I find myself in the snack aisle. And I definitely got quite a few snacks this time, so that was fun. So this is going on pretty well. It doesn't look too dark, but it is showing up. Just again, make that 3 shape on your face. Just contours it out, gives you that nice cheekbones carved out. So I'm not going to go in and do too much of a stark contour, but this does look like it'd be good for it. This is a completely matte shade. It's not in any way shimmery, so it'd be probably pretty good for that contour that I'm not doing too much of, but it definitely would work. So for blush, this one looked really pretty. This is another LA Colors product, but this is the Beauty in Bloom blush in the shade Rose Flush. See how pretty that is? Let me take this out so you can look at it. But it's got 3 different colors. They look pretty shimmery, and I'm assuming I'll just blend them together on my brush before application. These are not easy to get out of the packets. Why do they make it so hard? So here's the colors. Very pretty. Let's see how they do just on my finger. Ooh, it's very pigmented. Very shimmery. I'm probably gonna try to stick my brush more in the pinky than the others, but even all 3 of them are pretty shimmery. Ooh, this looks like it's pretty pigmented. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it is very shimmery, and it's definitely, I'm not loving what it's doing to my texture right here. You can start seeing my pores again, which is never what you want in any facial product. So although I like the color of it, I'm not loving the formula of it. I'm going to try to blend that out a little bit, just so it's not so shimmery right there, but it's still a little flushed. This is the Color Workshop Poolside Glam highlighter. I still can't find my highlighter brush, so we're just using a bunch of different types of fan brushes. I'm going to go in with the big version of the fan blush this week. So it's actually not bad for a $1 highlight. Can you see it picking it up right there? This was one of the ones I was worried about not showing up, so. But you definitely can see it highlighting right through here. But that one I don't hate, so that's a nice little highlighter. Okay, we only have a few things left. Now, lip products was definitely one they had a lot of. This is the LA Colors Lip Gloss Lipstick Duo. And I think the packaging is really beautiful. So it's got your lipstick on this end and the gloss on this end. This is in the shade Twinkle. So very pinky. Feels really creamy on my hand when I swatched it. So let's see if that's true on my lips as well. Ah. Very pink. At least we're wearing very pinky earrings, so at least it complements each other. Definitely a pink lip, definitely pigmented. Good job, LA Colors. I'll let you know how it wears, of course. I don't know what it claims. It says moisturizes lips with color and high shine. So we will see if the lip gloss gives it even more pinky or if it tones it down at all. So let's go in. It's got a nice applicator. So this almost in the packaging, it looks pink, but when it comes out, it's looking like it's almost going to be just a clear shine, which is probably good for how pink this lipstick is. So let's see. It definitely smells like bubblegum pink should, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. So definitely very pink, probably not the best match to my eyes, but I'm actually very impressed by this. Okay, so that is all of our colors. So the fun thing was when I was looking for this, I was digging through everything, looking at all the colors, trying to find a nude, settled on this one, and I found what I consider a gem. I told you at the beginning, 2 things I always think are hard to find are primers and setting sprays. I didn't find a primer, but tucked in with all the lip glosses, dun 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 dun, I found a setting spray. I was very excited. So this is LA Colors once again. Okay, so let's see. So it's definitely not the lightest spray, but it's not terrible. Let's just let it set back down. But yeah, I'll see how that does throughout the day, and this could be a really handy travel setting spray. All right, guys, that is our final look. I hope this gives you a little bit of enthusiasm to go check out your dollar stores and see what they have. I really think you could have a fun time looking at their makeup and looking at their products. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you are excited to try out some new products next time you're at the Dollar Tree. Check them out. You never know what you're going to find. You could go there one day and find nothing, and you could go back the next week and find absolutely all kinds of things. So don't give up on it if you go once or twice. Keep checking because they get in new inventory all the time. You never know what you're going to get. If you hadn't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider it and follow me over on Instagram at Maria Nicole Beauty. Have a good night.